Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I can't help but smile right now as I got something on my face. Look, I know that a lot of you have been critical because I've been pretty pro Tulsi Gabbard, especially in the 2020 election. Now, I'll start it off like I do all of these, so people know my position outright. There are things I disagree with Tulsi on, gun control being one of them. Some of her stances on torture being another. Maybe her relationship with the Council on Foreign Relations at one point. Yes, all things to be critical of. Now, what I have not been critical of was her relationship with John Podesta. I know a lot of people like to bring that up like she was some kind of a Podesta operative. That is not the case. I've done a whole video on that, and although Podesta absolutely helped her get into office, you could see that through these little veteran packs and whatnot. When it came time to play politics, to play ball, to betray her values and back the zombie-like monster behind me, Hillary Clinton, instead of Bernie Sanders, she refused to do so. She showed her character there. And there are other things, she's endorsed Yang's proposal of a UBI, maybe not the universal basic income plan that he has, but certainly on there. So all of that said, she is by far and away the only person that I can see giving my vote for. And I might even write her in this year. If she doesn't get the nomination, however, it does look like there may be a Bernie Tulsi ticket in the works. I don't know the establishment's going to do that. They keep pushing Grandma fucking Oatmeal like she's a candidate. Like, Joe, I'm going senile and touch people, children, women inappropriately Biden. Nye Nazandra says, CFR attendee, sure, CFR member, a love-hate story. Listen, again, we're fair here. We'll bring things up. The bottom line is, what she has now done is absolutely 100% fucking brilliant. Bravo. To sue Hillary Clinton for her slander is unbelievable. And guys, you know how we do it here, okay? There's no need to go to the Washington spin on this. We know what happened. Hillary Clinton began to smear Tulsi Gabbard, saying the Russians had their eyes on her, began to smear her character, even though she's an actual veteran, okay? And then began to do the same thing with Bernie Sanders on the Howard Stern show, right? And say that the Russians liked Bernie as well. He was their other person. Well, finally, someone stood up and is going to sue for this slander, because that's what it is. Now, here's the really big part about this. I've been talking about Hillary Clinton possibly sneaking in and running and being the establishment candidate for the Democrats since the pool is so terrible of establishment candidates. They're not going to sell you Pete Bootlicker. They're not going to sell you Grandma Oatmeal. Amy Klobuchar has no chance. They failed with Harris. They failed with Booker. They were there for talking points. Steyer, I don't think, is the worst guy in the world, but his, Trump derangement syndrome goes well beyond and has been trying to get that guy out of office forever. And plus, I don't like most of these people's stances on quote-unquote climate change and what a carbon tax is a solution. So it's very hard to sell. And I've said Hillary Clinton may jump in. Well, this may be the catalyst for that. I'm just warning people. I don't think that Tulsi did that on purpose, but this may be the launch pad for her 2020 campaign to say now she's being sued by other candidates. She has to run. Maybe that's a long shot, but who knows? All right, guys, thumbs this video up, sub and share if you're not. Let's read the document. Let's just go right in, right? Again, when we've got the doc, why do we need the mainstream media to tell us? By the way, you can get this on Tulsi's website, and it's just brilliant. And the fact that she's demanded a jury trial is even more brilliant, because this is a civil case, but she doesn't, she's not going to settle, and she shouldn't settle. She should get the facts out in court. Oh man, I love this. I love it. Plaintiffs, Tulsi Gabbard and Tulsi Now, Inc., collectively Tulsi, bring this lawsuit against defendant Hillary Rodham Clinton for defamation. Tulsi Gabbard is running for the President of the United States, a position Clinton has long coveted, but has not been able to attain. Bazinga! Huh? Yeah, I don't like the pop culture crap either, and I've never seen a full episode of that show, but got her. Got her. In October 2019, whether out of personal animus, political enmity, or fear of real change within a political party Clinton and her allies have long dominated, nobody likes Bernie. Nobody likes him. And me and Harvey Weinstein, how could we have known? I love Harvey. I loved Harvey. I was a Harvey fan. Clinton lied about her perceived rival, Tulsi Gabbard. She did so publicly, unambiguously, and with obvious malicious intent. Damn straight she did. Damn straight she did. Tulsi has been harmed by Clinton's lies, and American democracy has suffered as well. With this action, Tulsi seeks to hold Clinton and the political elites who enable her accountable for distorting the truth in the middle of a critical presidential election. How could you not love this? How could you not love this? You know, all you MAGA heads out there, the people that won't hold Trump's feet to the fire when it matters, I want you to think about this for a minute, okay? Has Trump ever sued Hillary Clinton for lying? Has Trump ever gone after Clinton and her partners criminally? And don't tell me we're waiting for that next report that's a companion piece to the IG report. He hasn't criminally gone after this woman for 3 years, okay? And has not demanded any kind of jury trial. Now, this is a civil action. This is brilliant. And as long as Tulsi and Tulsi Inc. do not settle financially, this shows you she means business, all right? She means business. God bless her for this, man. If you can't get behind Tulsi Gabbard after this, and you were sitting there in 2015 and 2016 chanting, lock her up, and Hillary for prison, how could you not be for this woman? Please tell me. I don't get it. And again, she ain't perfect. Nobody is. I ain't perfect. All right? But let's be honest. Has anyone had the nuts to do this? The sack to do this? No. No. It takes a military woman like Gabbard, who has faced real adversity, both physically and mentally, on the Hill for some time, in all these armed services committees, which she sat on, to expose the truth. Right? And listen, it may be a watered down version of the truth. I get it. It's not Jason Burmis over, gunning for the throat. But when we have a public that can't even tell the truth about the evidence and allegations against a top sports celebrity, what do you expect? Flick off, thank you so much. I don't know about victory, bro, but just having this document exist is somewhat of a victory. Tulsi Gabbard has lived her life with one guiding principle, putting the needs of others before her own. That's why she joined the Army National Guard. That is why she campaigned and was elected to the United States House of Representatives, and that is why she is running for president. Living by this principle, Tulsi has put the country's needs above all else, even when it means hurting her political career. For example, in February 2016, Tulsi believed the best Democratic presidential candidate for our country was Senator Bernie Sanders. She also knew that Clinton had a stranglehold over the Democratic Party and that crossing Clinton, who considered herself the inevitable nominee, could mean the end of her own political career. Yet Tulsi put the country before herself, and she publicly endorsed Senator Sanders, becoming the most prominent politician to do so at the time. And remember, Sanders wouldn't even stand up for himself. That's integrity. That's doing the difficult thing. It is. Clinton, a cutthroat politician by any account, damn straight. They put this in a court document. A cutthroat politician by any account has never forgotten this perceived slight. And in October 2019, she sought retribution by lying publicly and loudly about Tulsi Gabbard. Specifically, in widely disseminated national comments Clinton falsely stated that Tulsi, an Army National Guard officer, okay, an Army National Guard officer, did Clinton serve? Oh no, that's right. She's just a lawyer, aka a liar, and United States Congresswoman. Wait, she got elected on her merit, right? And then you got elected, Hillary, as a senator by moving into New York with your husband in his Harlem offices and then getting elected here even though you weren't from there, right? Right? Isn't that how it ran? Huh? Mena, Arkansas? Who has spent her entire adult life saving this country, is a Russian asset. Clinton's false assertions were made in a deliberate attempt to derail Tulsi's presidential campaign. Damn right they were. Damn right. Clinton had no basis for making her false accusations about Tulsi, and indeed, there is no factual basis for Clinton's conspiracy theory. Clinton's peddling of this theory has harmed Tulsi, has harmed American voters, and has harmed American democracy. Tulsi brings this lawsuit to ensure that the truth prevails and to ensure this country's political elites are held accountable for intentionally trying to distort the truth in the midst of a critical presidential election. Everybody wants to play Russian interference. Everybody wants to play foreign interference. Everybody wants to play hacking democracy. Well, I'm glad somebody's playing hardball. Parties 5. Tulsi Gabbard is a natural person who is a citizen and domiciliary of the state of Hawaii. 6. Tulsi Now Inc. is the principal campaign committee for Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Now is incorporated in Delaware with its principal place of business in Hawaii. For the purposes of Tulsi Gabbard's presidential campaign, Tulsi Gabbard and Tulsi Now are essentially synonymous and operate in sync. Gabbard cannot run for office without Tulsi Now, as Tulsi Now is the entity required for receiving, processing, and handling all contributions to her presidential campaign. Clinton is a natural person who is a citizen and domiciliary of the state of New York. Yeah, where she sandbagged that election, by the way. This court has personal jurisdiction over Clinton because she is a citizen and domiciliary of the state of New York. It sucks because the New York system is really corrupt here, guys. You know, a lot of people don't know this because it's never really talked about nationally, but the entire Attorney General's office, was disbanded. All right, there was such corruption here. The New York State level of corruption, we do it live. Why don't we just type in New York State Capitol corruption? That's what we need. Okay? New York State Capitol corruption. All right. Let's see. Yes. Than any other state. Absolutely. Absolutely. Number 1 in corruption. I mean, for many years running. And this is, listen, they got the rest of the state. If the state were this big, the city is like that big with like Long Island. All right. We are super corrupt here. So how do you think Epstein gets murdered in New York State and they call it a suicide twice? Or attempted suicide and suicide. How do you think that happens at the MCC? One other suicide in that facility in the last 14 years. But Epstein's the guy. Okay? This is how corrupt it is, man. That's why I got to get out of this. It sucks. I don't want to leave. I've created... Oh, man. Let's get back to Gabbard. All right? So this court's personal jurisdiction over Clinton because she's a citizen domiciliary of the state of New York. This court has subject matter jurisdiction because Tulsi and Clinton are citizens of different states, and the amount is in controversy exceeds $75,000 exclusive to the interest of cost. Yeah, this is going to cost a lot of money. All right? Venue is proper in this judicial district because Clinton resides in this district and because a substantial part of the events giving rise to the complaint occurred in this district. Yeah, she did lie about her a lot in New York. Whether it be on The View or lying about Bernie on Stern, et cetera, okay? I'm not even going to go over. It's a 14-page document. I think we read a lot of good stuff here, but it basically tells, the tale of these two people. And, I'm glad she's going for her. Go read the actual document, guys. Go check it out for yourself, and you tell me how you can't support. Again, especially if you were one of those people that was full board going after Clinton before this. So, guys, thumbs this video up, sub, and share. I want to let everybody know that I got this thing called a Rockfin. There's a link underneath, rockfin.com/Jason Burmis. There's a little endorse button on the bottom here. If you do that, if you subscribe for $9.99 a month, you not only get 5 exclusive Jason Burmis videos, including the Conor vs. Cowboy fixed fight breakdown, where we actually can show you parts of the fight and other fights so we can compare it and not worry about a copyright strike or getting kicked off. You can go there. You also get Ben Askren's content, Jordan Burroughs, Graham Elwood, Ron Placone. There's a ton of people on there where for $9.99 you get premium content you won't get anywhere else. This is Rockfin exclusive, okay? So 5 days a week, I'm doing that. All sorts of cool stuff. And I'm reposting some other stuff you might have missed on the channel. Some throwback stuff. If it doesn't say premium, you can sign up now and become a follower and still see the non-premium stuff. So either way, go check out Rockfin. Subscribe here. Love to get to 40,000 subscribers. Just about, under 900 shy. Every time, I tell the truth about a certain topic, sometimes, hey man, I lose subscribers. That's okay. We're still trying to grow this Burmis Brigade based on the truth, and we don't self-censor here, okay? That doesn't happen. So I'm a documentary filmmaker, Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies. If you want to know the truth about 9/11, they're free here. They're in the documentaries playlist section, not asking you to buy the movies. So's Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. And if you appreciate my work, again, we've only got about 8 or 9 days left. I got to get it over 2,000 at least. That's the goal, to at least get it to 2,000. That's why I set that 5,000. 5,000 is great. And again, I want to get into some office space. I want to continue to grow this thing. And I'm also going to be on Dauntless Dialogues channel at 3 o'clock, about a half an hour from now, 3 p.m. They're going to premiere the podcast I did with Adam Riva. And I'm going to be in the comment section there. So if you want to join me and Riva, that's over at Dauntless Dialogue. And again, without you guys, I couldn't do it. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip.